haven't already, please change over. Let the second player have practice. Justin Stubbs, Chris Souris, are you in the room? Okay, please leg to break and then start the matches. Thank you.
Umpires, do we have any umpires in the room who would like to umpire some singles matches? If not, you may have to ask for some volunteers. We are very short of umpires this morning. Thank you very much.
Usually the team goes, oh, yeah, yeah, this is nothing. You just got a ball where there's nothing. What game was that? Good luck, Jacob. Good break, Jacob. That's first class, I think. Have a good game. I don't know how this thingy works. You know how it works? Yeah, yeah, it should be alright. I normally have to set up. Yes, mate. much left on.
Yeah, bro.
Could have went up and down.
I didn't want to think about it too much.
Rubbish.
No, I'm on it. Yours are about.
Yellows.
Come on, Jacko, come on, mate.
Can't read it.
Table 1, Wayne Richardson, James Delahunty. Table 1. Table 2, Sarwan Naker, Michael Casciola. Table 2. Table 3, Jeremy Maguire, John Tagden. Table 4, Zane Rowe and Luke Anglesey. Could you please come and grab your tablets?
Come on, Jacko, come on, mate.
Nathan. Round 3.
Down, crackers.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you see, mate.
Table 5, Dave Ewing, Kat Broderick. Table 5. Table 8, Shane Fell, Carl Hafke. Table 8.
We'll play, Jacko. Thank you, mate.
Table 15, Nathan Neves, Joe Zhu. Table 15. Table 16, Nick Norton, Peter Butterworth, table 16. Table 17, David Linton, Luke Foster, table 17.
Potted that one. Potted that one. Potted this one in the middle. Had that lower down. Then you check people
Table 18, Jaden Domica, Justin Sage. Table 18, Jaden Domica, Justin Sage. Table 11, Ben Noonan, Nick Young, table 11. Table 12, Alec Evernadis, Paul Clack. Table 12, Alec Evernadis, Paul Clack. Table 13, Shannon Purcell, Matt DeChico, table 13.
Oh, I didn't even watch it. It was so funny. I said it and had a good laugh. It's funny how people they can't take it. I wasn't saying. It's so funny.
Table 14, Michael Hayes, JP Monoran, table 14, Michael Hayes, JP Monoran. Table 7, Mal McNeil, Enrique Di Giorgio, table 7, Mal, Enrique, table 7.
Yeah. I probably need another hour, but
Yeah, I was thinking, do we get a few hours back?
call the coach to come down.
I'll call Toby and
Thanks, buddy. Just got to do the just got to break and you're good to go. Thanks, mate.
Table 6, Chris Beagley, Matt Power, table 6.
Good morning, welcome to Nationals Open Singles from Albury, and great job by Dan at Cue Ball TV again. And if you're watching and you want to help the cause, donations gratefully accepted. With me is Mark Robertson.
Good morning.
Mark, lucky to be here actually. He's just smashed Dan up in the second round of the singles, and
Yeah, I'm the most hated man in the room
He is.
now. Well, as always.
not always, not always.
Two very good matches here. We got Ben Noon and Nick Young, probably the two best players from Victoria so far in the teams event, and Paul Clack, Alec Evernadas. Paul Clack unfortunately didn't make the men's Victorian team, but he's the 6th seed in this tournament for his Australian ranking.
Yep.
So this should be a cracking match as well against Alec.
It'd be interesting to see how Alec goes. He's actually playing in the Open and the Masters, and so he's running a fairly big program.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I mean, there's actually a lot of good players who are really struggling to find some form, and I know they'd all love to play in an extra event, whatever that is, an extra singles, an extra teams event, or whatever, because there's really not much opportunity to get table time. Especially because they ran the pre-nationals comp and that ran late, so that went into like the following night, and that used up the tables then. So and they're not open in the mornings.
No.
So no one's actually really able to have a practice. Makes things a bit tricky.
But even spending all that time on your feet anyway, it's got to be a little bit draining.
Yeah,
particularly when you sort of get to the elder statesman.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Well, he would have made it. Alec would have made a decision, at some point, if he thinks he should or shouldn't play in things to his own personal benefit or goals, and also the goals of South Australia, and he's decided to play.
Yep. No, it's good to see him doing everything he does still. Great exponent of the game and great supporter of it.
So, because these are both cracking matches, probably jump back and forth a bit. I'm finding my eyes are darting back and forth between the two here. Alec has played a good extraction on the black, but that might be tighter to the middle than what it looks. Wants to come off 2 and just miss the red that's near the pink spot. So come off 2, just miss.
Ooh.
But you've always got to play that with priority for that not to happen, and he knows that. That's just still getting used to the new cloth. It's biting a bit more when you put a bit of stun or a bit of bottom on it. Oh, wow.
You can actually get through.
Has he gotten through the gap here?
Wow.
That is a miracle. Wow. Jeez.
Oh, he's
That is
played
a-
that beautifully.
That is absolutely, in the context of a match, like you see Paul's face, the context of a match, that is absolutely massive.
That's got to be a huge confidence boost for him as well.
And it's just really annoying for Paul. But Paul's actually done a good break and actually got pretty stiff. I think he went in off, was actually pretty stiff to going off. And then Alec has done that, so that's absolutely dreadful start for Clacky. And he's not in the team's event or anything else, so he doesn't. And he had a bye in the first round, so this is actually his first hit.
So, suggesting he's fairly underdone, obviously.
Yeah, and all he's had is a break, and it was a good one, and it went in off. So on the other table we've got Ben and Nick.
Who's now Neil.
Oh, Neil Young. I think they
introduced
him as.
the
Yep.
opening ceremony. Yep.
So Neil Young on yellows here.
And Neil has got to actually learn about why he's called Neil Young.
Does he know?
No. Anything past 2000 he wouldn't have a clue of prior to.
No, I thought they just got his name wrong.
No, Neil Young from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. You know them.
No.
Come on.
Who's this?
They're an American singing quadruplets.
That's a bad miss.
Neil Young, Crazy Horse?
No.
Woodstock?
No.
You know what Woodstock is?
You're killing me here.
I'm killing you.
I don't know anything.
Somebody send in and educate Mark on some music from day gone by.
My music trivia is crap. So Benny's got to attack the balls here. Yellows are sitting pretty good, so you can't let Nick back to the table. So they just don't really link really nicely. There's a bit of navigating to do. I'm trying to work out how you really go about this. You'd be tempted to play the one over the corner and almost screw back into the yellow near the black. And you hit it half ball and it can kind of just open that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you'd be on either one over the hole or in the middle or the other one to the corner. Bit of a funny one. This might just depend on how you feel.
Yeah, down the rail.
And this one over the middle is a little bit annoying too. This is one where the white ball's got to be on the string here.
And he's got that.
I don't know if he meant that. Like that's a phenomenal shot if he's meant to do that. I did some commentating yesterday on Jamie and Ben's match, and even though I complimented Ben about 10 times, I still am critical of some things, and there's a lot of Ben Noonan fans out there, and apparently some of them didn't like it. So I apologise to all the Benny Noonan fans out there, but sometimes you got to hear the truth. He's not perfect. From what I've seen, I think he's probably hitting the best ball in the room right now, and it's fantastic to see him play some of this pool that we've seen from about 5 years ago. But sometimes he can play a bad shot. I'm sorry, Benny Noonan fans.
Geez, you've just gone from being the most hated room man in the room to the most hated man in Albury.
Yeah, well, I might as well just
anyway.
paint a big target on my back.
That's okay.
And I may have said I was the glue that's holding this team together because everyone had a drink in their hand. I want to rephrase that. I am the liquid nails. I am the cement. This team cannot win without me. All the Benny Noonan fans, I hope that makes you happy.
Our ratings have just gone from 12 to 3.
Oh no!
And for once, it's not.
Oh
me.
really? Oh shit!
For once, it's not. Me.
Benny could hear me.
That's what's fired him up. So you fired him up.
Did you hear me say I thought you were playing the best?
Benny is the best.
Oh no. 5 seconds before that, I said you're playing the best out of everyone in the room. I don't. No No one ever hears that.
Dan, can you roll? Can you do a replay thanks on that?
That goes to show you, though, Benny had half his mind off the table and he's still knocking them in clean.
No, well, it was your encouragement that actually got
That's
him,
it.
got him to make that out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other table, Clucky's on the reds. He's got a lot of work to do here.
It's very. That's what I was talking about. Like that first frame. That's the first frame Paul's playing in this tournament. Good break. Gets an unlucky flicking off, and then Alec makes a very lucky out. It can just set the tone for the whole match.
Benny's just gone whack and sunk a red.
A bit tricky with this yellow under the red. And if he commits to the out here, if he commits to the out here, reds are all sitting pretty. So one of those ones where you find yourself saying stop potting balls, look for a safety, but there's no real good safeties, and it's sort of only one extraction for Clacky to make the out.
Is he actually looking at that yellow? Yellow over the middle to go yellows? Yes, he is.
Well, he may have landed maybe with a little bit of angle here to pot this yellow near the pink spot, and maybe extraction. It's maybe too straight though. A bit hard to tell.
So you reckon he's looking at the plane at the red onto the yellow?
Well,
after he pots the black up, or the yellow near the black.
I feel his experience is telling him he needs to pull up here and free up that dead yellow. So he was looking for the safety. How can I move this dead yellow and get the white in a safe spot? And he's thought, you know what, I don't think there's any good safe spots. I'd probably still move that dead yellow, which I think he's going to do, but yeah, it's a bit hard. I think he should still move that dead yellow while Clacky's not feeling it. Move the dead yellow.
Sit right behind the red, so he's got nothing to pot.
Possibly. It's not easy to do that. So he's going all or nothing here. This might just be what Clacky needs.
That's a great
Yeah,
extraction.
that's a really good shot there.
Meanwhile, Benny's taking the yellows at will.
I think he's probably, depends what the angle is here. You probably drop it in, bring the white off the bottom rail, or he might, looks like he's going to stun it over, so it must be a bit wider than what it looks. No?
Oh,
There we go, that's spot on.
That's spot on, yeah.
He won't miss that. And Benny on the other table looking to make the extraction off the rail. Yep, great shot by Benny. Alec and Benny winning frames, what they've done for the last 20 years. There we go,
And
Benny.
that's a master break from Benny.
Continuing the solid form.
No respect for his fellow teammates, though.
No, he's putting the boot down. Absolutely, he's a man on a mission this year. I'm telling you, Benny. He's a man on a mission.
Yeah, well, even during the qualifiers and everything like that, he was pretty focused. If he ever lost a match, he'd just be dirty on himself, and he was making sure that he made up for it.
I've seen Benny play a lot over the years, and I can tell when he's got a plan and he's striking the ball, and that's exactly what he's doing. Another good break by Clacky.
And Nick's gone.
Didn't get anything.
Off.
So Nick's gone in off the break.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nick's gone in off the break. Benny's got the choice. Probably yellows, I'd say. I wouldn't mind betting that Benny will go for the out here. If he takes yellows, he's probably got the out on. Yeah. Yeah, Mark. Yeah. Just all right, Mark.
The guys here are talking about my team's performance compared to my singles, and
Has
I think I did knock in more. I think I I knocked in more balls in 5 minutes against Dan than I have in 3 days in the teams event. So it was nice to knock in some balls and actually land on a ball I was trying to land on. So there's a good feeling. But so far all the momentum on these tables with Benny and Alec, and first choice of balls again. I wouldn't mind seeing Clacky get an opportunity. He's been frozen out of this match so far.
I can't understand why Benny's going for the reds, particularly with this one down on the right-hand rail.
Well, there's
locked
balls.
in.
There's balls that can move it. With that one that's locked in on the right-hand rail, so's the yellow. But there's not really many balls that can move that. Where if you look at, see, he'll probably hold on the yellow, and now he can stun down and make the extraction. And as long as you play with a bit of pace, you're not going to knock the yellow in, and the white should come out.
Yeah, well, the yellow the angle of that should actually come over onto the bottom cushion.
Yeah. And then they're all there.
They're all there. He's going to have to get some good spot on the red end of the middle, because that's going to be pretty tight. Alex is going for the plant and missed.
So this is Clacky's pretty much his first opportunity. All he's really done is break the balls twice, and they were both good breaks and had no luck.
Yep.
So it is hard though, because well, he's caught that red a bit funny. Yep, good experience there by Clacky. I reckon if he was hitting the ball in the teams and stuff, he'd probably have a crack there, because they are all there. But he's assessed that he's 2-0 down. He has no idea how he's hitting them. He doesn't probably even know how the table's running. So his experience has held him in good stead there. And Nicky Boy, what can you find? 3-0 down against a juggernaut. Or is that? Oh, that's Ben still. That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
Nick's got to get a chance to get to the table first. and I'd say that play the double here.
Yeah,
Play the
he's
double here,
just.
back over and just clean the rest
Yep.
up.
Very, very hard those, because all the cushions are reacting a little bit funny. So that's a guessing game. You don't know if it's going to straighten up, skid, or what's going on. So you hit it thereabouts, and maybe that straightened up a little bit more than what he thought. Here's your chance to respond, Nicky Boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jamie had played the double apparently. Anyone else in the room play the double?
We I think on this close table, we actually need to remember how close they are, and they could probably hear us, especially when you talk in that higher pitch voice.
Apparently I'm naturally loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just when we're talking about this close table.
Benny's just on fire here.
You might see him play this with a little bit of top left and actually come between the black and red. He's going to screw back play at the same pocket. Yep. That's when you know you're judging the ball well, when you play that screw back there and miss the black by 2 millimetres.
Well, he's certainly playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence, which is great for you guys in the teams event.
Yeah, he's going to be a force in that section of the draw, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, Clacky's back at the table.
Good opportunity here on reds.
Again, they're all there for him, so it's a matter of just working the table.
You know, you pretty much, if you land on this one to the middle after this, so pot this, land on the one to the middle, but he wants a little bit of angle that he can sort of move into that triangle of reds, the one on the left, sort of closer to the middle of the table. If he can sort of bump into that, that would be handy.
It looks like that red on the balk goes inside the yellow.
Don't know
So
about
does
that.
he take that first and then
I
come
don't.
back out to that spot that he's in? Or?
If it does go, take it now. But if you're 50-50 umming and ahhing about it, just don't bother. It does go into the other pocket easily, top left pocket. All right, Nick, 4-0 down, race to 5. No more mistakes now.
The red does go inside there. He's going to play it that way.
Yep. And now you'll
Now bring it into the.
Yep. Now you'll see him go into the red on the left-hand side, and he just wants to pretty much leave the white where the red is. There we go.
Yeah.
That's it. So he's saying, yes, I want the white to be this red.
Or is he looking at the plan?
No, he won't. He said that about 3 times harder than I thought he would.
But he's still got middle.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
finish for him.
Absolutely fine. You can take these any which way you want. I think we'll shift over to the other table. And that's Nicky boy on probably on yellows, I'm going to guess. And one really bad yellow on the right hand side. And you got a yellow on the left rail, and Nick, he's thrown the sledgehammer at that one. A lot of work to be done from Benny still, and these pockets are a bit tighter than the other ones we're playing on. Oh, Clacky.
Oh, Clacky. Oh.
Jeez.
So he just played the strange shot with doubling over to that one over the bag. He had the others pretty much that he had open into all the pockets, and he's played that and consequently put himself out a little bit.
Then you see him play this and screw back about
3 or 4 inches,
probably
up the top or into the middle.
probably about a foot. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just screw back a foot and the white comes off, goes to the right a little bit, and just play the red long.
Benny's just plotted the white.
No, I don't like this shot at all. I hate it. That's a serious misjudgment there. If the angle wasn't there that you could not screw back and hold it, drop it in, take your medicine, and just crunch in a long ball.
Yeah.
That is such a hard shot. And even if he got it right and swung around the angles, he was always going to have a half ball pot to a middle where the white's still moving around a little bit. Yeah, a serious misjudgment there. I reckon when he was feathering that, I reckon he knew that was not the right shot. That's why he's played it so poorly. Yeah, he'll be kicking himself
Pretty
there.
much handed Alec the
Yep, he'll be kicking
Right.
himself for that one. So Nick's gotten back to the table.
Yeah, he's got 2 visits, so...
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Benny dropped the white, so it's just a matter of a bit of work to do for him.
Good shot there by Alec. He might have the yellow to the left bottom corner, maybe. He knows he should take it. Can he hold the white? That is the question. If not, you play the yellow to the bottom right corner, screw back up to balk end of the table,
Yeah.
drop in the one near the hole, and the white will naturally come down for this one that he's looking at now. Which, in looking at it, I think is actually a much better option. Even ahead of this, even if he can hold the white, I think it's a better option. Let's say he held that well, he's still got to get the one up the other end of the table and then come back down
And
for
then
the
come
black,
back
where
down,
the red is actually in a bit of an awkward spot for that. It's, I'd expect him to navigate it, but it is an issue. Is he playing safe here?
He is. Well, that's a bit of respect.
Yeah, it was obviously thinner than we thought, because if he could have played that with bottom left and come up the table, he would have absolutely. I'm going to give him credit. Oh, SA girl.
SA girl.
That's it. He's an SA girl. Oh, Nicky boy. And he's got 2
suffering
shots
from
as
alopecia,
well.
hair loss.
All right, Clacky, going to need something special here.
Oh, that's a good result.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
he'll
very
take
good
that.
result.
He's going to be total snooker at his next shot. Ben will free up his bad red. No, I don't think so. I reckon Ben's.
Hey, Jamie, save it. I'm going in a minute so you can grab this.
If that
Jamie.
if that Jackie is definitely on, he'll take it. If it's a bit dodgy, I don't think he will. I think I know, and he's having arguments with himself right now. He knows he should play the correct shot. If the Jackie is on, go for it. But this is what I mean about Benny this year. He's here to win. he's not here to fill in the numbers or maybe run deep or, you know, shoot some okay stats. He's actually here to dominate this year. It's actually really good to see.
Yeah, that's a good, good shot by
Until maybe I've got to play him. Who knows? then it won't be good to see. Feel the wrath. But actually we're in separate halves of the draws. If I do play him, it'll be in the final. So I actually hope that does happen now.
I think actually you might meet up in the semis, don't you?
Well, he's in the bottom half. I'm in the top half. So.
All right. Okay. So it might be in the semis that he meets up with the winner of Jake and.
No, Jake's in my half.
No, not you.
We're only into the second or third round.
Yeah.
It's way too early
But
to
anyway,
be looking at all that sort of stuff.
Got 191 listeners, and Steve Jamison. I'm still waiting for my dinner delivery last night. Uber Eats didn't turn up. Please explain where my salmon is.
Does Benny have two?
I
think by the way he's
looking
at it, I think he's got two. Ooh, it's just kicked over a little bit there. If he's got two, he can still play the one down the rail, then the one into the middle, and then he'll have natural angle to pot second last red in the bottom left corner. Then the white will come over and knock in the one that's over the hole off the red. Well, I haven't seen what's happened on the other table, but
yeah, Alex just gone in off. He's
Now, I'm telling you what you do now if you're clacky. You strike this in. You don't play it in or over. You strike
it in and give yourself two on the black.
Well, you stun it in. I'm saying you strike it in. Strike it. Good. That's exactly. I would have rather seen him done that, miss it, and then pot it on his second shot somewhere else, then dribble it in and it sit over the bag. Because that's how you gain some confidence. You know, you're not going to beat Alec by getting straubs, 5 times. You've got to get your confidence up, and that's how you do it. Striking balls. That's what I've seen Benny do. It's only early days. We've only been a few days into this. But he is striking the ball. He's moving the white. He's not afraid, He was straight on that red down the rail. How was the white here?
I don't know. I was just amazed that Alec had dropped that white. Nick's got a lot of work to do here. There's not terribly many places he can hide unless he runs that yellow. He runs his yellow that's on the on that right-hand cushion and covers that red totally.
It's funny on the Alec Paul table. If Alec won that last frame, for some you feel like he wouldn't have gone straight in off. But when you lose a frame like that, something about it, you try and hit it too hard, or you hit it, just time it differently than you normally would, and you go in off.
20 seconds, Nick.
Tell you what, this bottom quarter of the draw, whoever comes out of that quarter and finds themselves in the semis will have absolutely earned it, that's for sure. As Jimmy says, only the elite players playing the bottom quarter.
And JR firmly believes that the top side's a soda, that there's no strength in it whatsoever.
We've got a lot of the other results here. We've got Chris Riemann and Stone Stenhouse. That would have been a good match. Chris has actually won that 5-0. That would have been a good match to watch. Cale Barrett beat Clint Kapler 5-0. That was another cracking match. It's a shame I tell you what, there was so many good matches in this second round. It's a shame we can't actually have watched them all.
Shane Fell's got up 5-0.
Shane Fell.
It's a great result. Shane's first nationals.
Yep, he's into the last 32. He actually plays the winner of Alec Evernatis and Paul Clack, so that will be by this draw. I thought Josh might be able to give him a bit of a run, but it looks like the winner of Paul and Alec will be his first real test. There's another one there, Sarwan and Mikey Cacciola. Sarwan's up 2-0. It's another great one. Nathan Eames and Joe Zhu. Nathan goes in favourite there, but Joe's no slouch at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe won that one. Mick Norton, Peter Butterworth, another good match. Butters is up 2-0. We got David Linton. I'm not actually sure who that is. He's from Queensland against Luke Foster. He's actually up 2-1 against Luke. Obviously, we got Benny 4-0 up against Nick Young, and we've got young Jaden D'Amica against the number 2 seed, and currently one of the best players in the country, Justin Sage. Jaden is up 2-1. I tell you what, for a number 2 seed, Justin has copped a ridiculously hard draw, and in my opinion, that's what needs to get looked at. Why some players the seedings needs to be looked at. You cannot be a number 2 seed for a tournament and have. I'm looking at it now. It's going to be the hardest draw I've ever seen. You know.
And he just finishes off that to clean sweep Youngie.
Yep. He Benny thought he'd say yes. I am the boss, Nick.
Yes,
I am the boss. I know you're a good kid, but I'm gonna remind you why I'm big time.
And Nick's probably saying, "I'm glad you're on my side."
Hope all the big time Benny Noonan fans enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
Benny will be. Benny's draw is actually. I'll tell you what. Out of everyone in the room, potentially, Ben Noonan actually has the hardest draw. Yes, I'm going to call it now. Ben has the hardest draw out of everyone in the room. He had to play Jamie in his first match. Then he had to play Nick Young. He won both of those matches easy, but they were. Jamie's happy he got 2 frames. I actually thought you'd lose 5-3, Jamie. So you underdone me there.
Hang on a minute. I've had to pay you out on the 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. It
Leaf.
was unders.
Pay me out 5-1.
Yeah. You said 5-1, not 5-3.
No, for Jamie. I said
Yeah.
5-1 for the Leaf and Nick Young. But yeah, he's had to play Jamie Stevens and he's had to play Nick Young, and just because they were convincing wins doesn't mean they were easy matches at all. He's made his opponents look second rate, and then he's actually got the winner of Justin Sage and Jaden D'Amica. And then if he gets through that, like, he might have a Butters or a Mick Norton, Luke Foster. It doesn't get any easier.
But wouldn't you say that Benny would thrive on that? He'd prefer to be playing against quality opposition?
You wouldn't. Not against your own state. If you are going to play against guys of Jamie and Nick's level, you'd rather play a Sarwan and a Nathan Neems.
Yeah. But he still wants that good competition, though. He doesn't want.
You do, but you wouldn't mind getting a couple of good wins just under your belt that you can relax. But him getting through those 2 matches in that fashion, he will be the most confident person in the room.
Yeah.
So, from what's happened, yes, it's the best result for him, because now he plays the winner of Jaden and Justin, and he'll already be mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because he's already come off 2 tricky matches. So, Benny's going to have to play well to get through his draw, but with how he's playing, keep your eyes on him.
So if you think he's the most feared man in the room, who's his biggest, apart from you, who's his biggest threat?
In his mind, or in my opinion, or...
Well, who do you think he'd be thinking? He wouldn't be thinking about anybody, would he? He'd be just going about his business.
He'll be most concerned about Justin Sage in his next match. That's out of everyone in the room, and the draw and everything. Right now, he'll be thinking, if Justin wins, I know. If Justin wins, I'm playing Justin. That will potentially be my biggest challenge.
Yeah, I'm going. I know you have.
I think there's some other dangerous players, but they're as in your big time top 5 players in the country. They're a bit further away than him in the draw. But in saying that, still in his section, like I said, even if he gets over his next match against Justin or Jaden, he still might have to play Luke Foster, Peter Butterworth, in his next match. And then even after that, you're looking at a Mikey, a Nathan Neems, Shannon Purcell. Like, it doesn't, it's hard.
Meanwhile, Alec Arenadas has just potted 2 in the same shot, so whether it's done him any favours with putting it onto the black here, or whether we would have liked the other one over the bag to get a better position, possibly. And he has just left that.
I don't know if he's gotten lucky there.
He's just
Jamie.
left that nice for Clacky to go 2-all. And on that note, Jamie Stevens chafing at the bit here. He's got to sling me 20 so as I get off the microphone. So, thanks for putting up with us. Thanks, Mark.
No problem, thank you.
I've got to go and prepare my Masters side for this afternoon. And our Masters side, we're playing Queensland over on tables 1 and 2 on the AEBF on the AEBF feed. So, any Victorians, if you want to tune in, that'd be great. It's pretty tight where we are on the ladder, and we need to keep winning to look at back-to-backs. So anyway, here you go. Political correctness out the window. Jamie Stevens, he's back. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen.
If anyone is following the ladders or the stats or anything like that, you might notice that in previous years you would have some breakaway teams that are very clear far on the ladder, and you would have half a dozen breakaway players already in the overall team's stats. But if you look at the stats and the ladders this year, you'll see that, especially in the men's teams, everyone's beating everyone. You've got sides like South Australia, New South Wales, Western Australia. They've only won a few matches between them. The ladder is so close, it's ridiculous. Like, everyone's hovering around the 50%. And same as the single stats. Normally you've got guys on 11s and 1s, heaps of 10s and 2s, but it's very, very even.
That's what it should be like, mate, honestly. You want national titles to be even across the board, so the competition is high and you don't know who's going to be in the top 4 until the very end.
Yeah, well, I think on that note, this is the first year I've looked at the Open men's teams and thought the top 4 is not decided. You know, there's, I think, 6 teams, potentially even 7 teams actually putting their hand up for that top 4 this year. It wouldn't surprise me if any one of... There's 8 sides. NT are a hugely improved side from what they've previously done. They've actually almost beat Western Australia. They almost beat Tassie.
They're winning off the black, actually, on Tassie.
Yeah, they're actually putting in a really good performance, but I think the other 7 sides are all putting their hands up to play finals this year.
Yeah, I know before we came away we were talking about top 4, and we were looking at in no particular order, but it was basically Vic, SA, WA, and we were thinking Tassie might slip in, or maybe New South Wales, but Queensland's not terrible, and ACT's having a crack as well. So it's massively wide open. There's a lot of players too that I've not seen before as well that are playing quite well.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need to. A lot of the sides have your Jimmy Dellas and your Justin Sages and all them. Those sides normally have relied on them to win the bulk of the frames for the team to do well, but that's just not the case anymore. You've got everyone in every team chipping in left, right, and centre to get the wins.
It's scary. He's on the live stream having a look. He's all he's going to be thinking is, if I was here, I'd have popped that.
Yeah, I think Mick would have knocked in that black that Alec missed.
I think Mick would have knocked in every black that's been missed. Come on, Robbo.
Hey, Mick.
How are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Although I will say, I think Alec is actually struggling. He's definitely not at his best.
Yeah, we've got Alex playing in a lot of events, and Paul's only playing in this. So we've got a guy who's getting some good table time against a guy he's got to find his form in this singles tournament. That's it.
Yeah, Clacky's not playing much pool at the moment. I can verify that. He has had a lot going on with work. He doesn't go to a lot of tournaments. I think he goes to the Killer Crossover, and might play in a Geelong or something like that. But you don't see him at big guns. You don't see him travelling interstate, except for the Tassie one. There is talk of him playing a money match though next year.
That would be good to see.
tried to get into the black there and open things up. Hasn't worked out desirably. Still a chance here though. I'm actually wondering, do you think that black goes to the bottom left, Robbo?
No, he's tried to move it a couple of times. The way I'm pretty sure it doesn't go to the bottom left is I'm looking at that black. Does that even hit the red on the left-hand side of the table? And it probably does. Yeah. I actually got a message from a very good snooker player wondering if there is potentially some room for a big snooker cash match. This person's seen what you've been doing with the 8-ball cash matches, and it's got a few of them talking. A couple of names have been mentioned to me. I won't say the names because I don't know if this was private information or not. But a couple of very, very good snooker players have asked me if they think that's a chance.
That's absolutely. I mean, probably shouldn't be talking about this now, but who cares? Like Q Sport Revolution was formed not just for 8-ball, it was formed for all forms of Q Sports. So if there's some snooker players that want to start forming some big pots, and it can generate some interest in a different Q Sport, I'm more than willing to do it. It's obviously would probably need to be separate to an 8-ball event, for example, but and the room would probably be different. It'd probably be very differently set up. It would need obviously to be more quiet than what the two-shot game is, because people get loud. You can't do that with snooker. They're used to the quietness, and it's a more, I guess, gentleman atmosphere.
Yep.
But I'd definitely be keen to do it.
It's interesting you say that, and I agree. But at the same time, if you look at like the Crucible, the crowd's loud.
Not while they're playing though. Like there's no background noise, and
when someone
people
plays
at
a
the
good
bar.
shot, oh yeah, that sort of noise, yeah. But if you had a crowd there watching, say, two top level Australian snooker players playing, and if someone plays a good shot, you want to hear guys go, yes, great shot, such and such, or like it builds the atmosphere. I think
with the introduction to so many tournaments in China now as well on the pro scene, I think that the players are getting used to that noise more, because they're hearing phones going off all the time.
Oh yeah.
They just there's such a high tech world, the Asian countries, and so they're just so used to not. They just don't understand, when they first go onto these things, that you need to turn your phones down or off or whatever. They're just so used to relying on technology.
Absolutely.
Another really basic miss there from Ali.
I think that was going in off the left jaw maybe, and it's rolled up.
Look, I won't lie, that all these tables need to be re-levelled. They've settled into the carpet and they need to be re-levelled. It needs to be addressed ASAP.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and I don't know who's 100% responsible for it. I'm going to assume All-Star pool tables.
It's got to be JR or whoever.
But because they're playing, Pete's playing, Jake maybe have some involvement, I don't know. He's playing, has a great shot. JR's playing, they don't want to do it. If it was one or two tables, that's fine, but they all need doing.
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't think I've played on a table. Like, I haven't played on every one of them, but just about every one of them I have. They're moving a bit, and I'm not just talking a little. Some of them are half a ball, so that's huge, especially if it's down the rail. So Clunky's gone off the hook there, and he's somehow found the lead in this match. It's just, it's been. I won't lie. The standard's not been good.
Yeah, they both know it, and even though a race to 5 is, you have a little bit of wiggle room. The finish line comes up very quickly, and they both know the standard they're playing is poor, and you want to desperately find that standard, but now it's 3-2. You almost need to go into semi one-frame pool almost mentality, but that's almost going negative. So you don't want to do that, but maybe you do need to do that, because they're both not playing good.
It's a good shot of the room there as well, and Dave Ewing right in the centre of attention there in this camera angle. He's playing. I'm not sure who he's playing.
It's a really good shot of the room. Commercial Club is obviously probably the best venue for Q Sports we have in the country, from what I can think of. But unfortunately, this room is on the small side. It was upstairs a few years ago, which I thought was fantastic. I was hoping it'd be upstairs again, but not the case this year. So it does get a little bit. Oh, look at this, Dan. Far out.
Yeah, he's got this technology.
That is unbelievable.
No way.
And that technology you're all enjoying there. The donations that you guys can chip in, just a few bucks here and there, that's where it goes. That sort of technology that we've got right there. See all the cameras around the room and everything. That's where the donations go. All your $3, $5, $10 here and there.
Well,
So,
Jaden
chip in.
D'Amica is 3-1 up on Justin Sayes, just for those that are interested in this death portion of the draw.
That was, I felt that was the match of the round, and I don't know why. There was some great matches, and I'm not saying they're better than anyone else, but in particular, that was actually one I was hoping would be on the stream. Jaden's trying to stamp his authority in, eight ball in Australia and held himself very well at last year's Nationals, and Justin's one of the best players we've ever had, so I wanted to see that one.
Yeah, and I heard you talking earlier about, whoever comes through this, and we're going to call it the death quarter because it really is. It's just a stupid quarter. You got the number 2 seed getting stuck into I just don't get it. I really don't. But I'm going to say it now. If Benny comes through this quarter, he just wins. He's playing the best in the room by a mile, and I think as far as Vic team is concerned, I think Nick was probably playing the second best in our team. And I'm filthy they've drawn each other. I just hope it doesn't, affect Nick going in the teams later on. But I don't think it will. He's been around a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Benny's, Normally you've got guys like Jake and Della and Sage and Rusty and all them firing pretty well early, but they're all struggling. And Benny may smell a little bit of blood in the water this year. I'm not sure, but he's pretty keen.
Yeah, he's in a good ball. He's striking the ball real good. This will actually be huge for Clucky if he actually gets up and wins this match, because he got off to a pretty shaky start. He's been let off the hook a lot.
I'd like to see Paul win this. For one, he's Victorian and a friend, and but two, if he loses, if Alec loses, he'll be annoyed, and he might get a little bit angry, and that might flow into the teams.
Yeah, it might.
Can't hurt.
Bit of vice captaincy rage.
Yeah. No one wants to feel the wrath of Alec Avernata's rage. If he loses this match, what we do is we quickly run over the bar, buy all the Captain Morgan. He's got nothing. I've heard some funny Captain Morgan stories from the SA boys saying he'll go to a place and there's no Captain Morgan. He talks to the manager and convinces the manager to go to a local bottle shop and buy Captain Morgan.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Jeez, it's not that good.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm not a fan of these shots on these tables, on these particular stream tables. I've made comment. I think the stream tables are actually tighter than the ones on the outer area.
Absolutely.
I don't like this shot down the rail. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes off 2 here and just gets on a slide angle, just drop it in and then play the black in the middle.
I'd just about rather do that too, Jamie, on this table.
Doesn't want to be too straight. That's pretty good. So this one you can cue in, because you're playing it high, you can cue in with more confidence. You've got to pull the wide off it. You've got to play it with more pace.
I'm looking at the table. He's actually got a lot of room there. If he just drops this in, there's heaps of room. It looks like maybe the white ball can only sort of just fit between those 2 yellows, but you can actually fit about 2 white balls between them.
Perfect. Just got a little bit of a chicken wing there too, Clacky, when he played that shot. Jaden's 4-1 up on Justin now, just for those that are interested in that match, because, as I said, this...
Those aren't easy.
I've seen a lot of balls miss the middle on these tables.
Those aren't easy. I've got to, for the first time in my life, I've got to feel for Justin a little bit, because he's off to a slowish start in the teams, and he's had a bye, which is nice at the time, but when you're playing an absolute quality player in Jaden, who's gotten a first round match, got his arm going, you're copped it pretty bad actually there, Justin, and for that draw.
I didn't even realise Lee Foss was in this draw either.
Yeah.
Butters is in the draw.
Yep.
Nathan Neem, Sam, Mikey, what the hell?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. If Justin or Benny, whoever win that, they play each other, and then the winner of that is going to cop a Luke, Mick Norton, Peter Butterworth, and then you look up to the next section, there's Mikey and Sarwan and Neems and all, my goodness.
I think if Rusty had been in this section, the draw somehow would have got redone.
Yeah, the old Well, he probably was looking over their shoulder.
The old rusty factor.
They've hit the button, and he said, yep, if he hit the button and he didn't like it, I reckon he would have accidentally fallen onto the table and unplugged the thing.
It's actually funny, though. I was actually speaking to Travis Crawley, and he said he's really happy with his draw, and he said that he felt that it needed to be redone. He does not agree with the way the current system works, and this is why I think a change will happen next year. I think smarter heads will prevail, and recognising that there's some flaws with just using 16 seeds when there's 32 buys. It just doesn't work.
It's also I was talking to a couple of other guys about it too. Not your top line players or anything like that. A couple of other guys from their perspective as well, and they were sort of saying that if you seed the top 32 properly, then your guys who are coming from interstate or 5-hour drive away or anything like that, they can actually play players in the first round, most likely more their level, so they can actually have a proper match, not cop a Jake or a Benny or someone like that in there. Oh, hang on, Jesus Christ, look at this.
This is a chance. This is
It's going to pull up. It's going to pull up. And it's going to keep going. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Don't apologise, Clacky.
I just apologise, he says.
I hope Alec
You want him to
here.
rage?
That'd be funny.
No,
Oh yeah.
He'll be fine now.
I love. No, look at that.
Little triangle throw onto the table there. That wasn't neatly placed, was it?
I love poking Alec's buttons.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I love it.
On the stream or in life?
In every way. Yeah.
You're a game man.
Not if I have to play him in a tournament though. I'm staying away from it. Every time I've pushed someone's buttons, I've lost. They've annihilated me, so I don't do that anymore. I've done it to. I think I did it to Jake, Kurt. It's one of the other boys too. I did it with, and yeah, then they never miss a ball. We had our teams match last night, and I think we're 12-6 or 11-6 down, and one of the ACT boys, I won't name them, called out something they potentially shouldn't have.
No, I'll name him. Jason Tanaskovic screams out, "They don't want it."
They
don't want it. Call it pokes the bear.
So
the wasp nest starts to. What's the word?
They
starts to do that shivering thing.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
going
yeah.
to explode.
So we're 10-6 down, and he yells it out. So anyway, we all go in to do our team huddle. Jamie gives the team the biggest spray.
I think I did actually spray too.
There was spray
coming out of my mouth.
There was froth at the mouth, and we won. We lost the first round, and then we won 6 of the next 7 to draw it.
It was actually hilarious because I've heard it, and I've actually looked at Robbo. Didn't have to say anything. Robbo just nods.
I gave him the nod.
I'm doing the speech.
Unleash. And what's the saying in old money games? It's about when someone's losing and losing their money, don't get in their way. What's that saying? It's a similar. I can't remember.
I don't know that one.
But anyway, basically, if someone's. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, no one would have heard that because Dan spoke to me without a mic on. But basically, if your opponent's struggling out there, whether it be a team or an individual or whatever, and you're just cruising along, flying under the radar, winning your games, don't give them a reason. Don't give them a reason to fire up. Just shut up, keep playing, shake their hand when you beat them.
Yeah. Intelligent shot there from Clacky. He knew he didn't want to try and produce something and leave Alec an easy ball if he missed, so it's just restricted his options.
Alec in a lot of trouble here.
He might just bump the ball off the bottom rail here and leave the white on there. It leaves Clacky a tough shot.
Tough opener, yep. Hard to do when you're 4-2 down and if the guy knocks in the big opener.
I just don't see any other option, really.
With the bridge as well and everything, it's just awful, isn't it? I think you've just got to...
Well, you don't have to do anything, you just got to tap it.
Don't double kiss and going off. I'm surprised he's hitting it on this side. I thought he'd go the other side.
Yeah, I did. I think he doesn't want to... Oh, wow, he's found a double kiss.
Don't double kiss and going off. He should have known better there. Because even if that goes to that side, Clacky's got the plant to the middle, which he's probably just as much likely to knock in
than the long ball.
And in a way, there's actually less pressure on the plant because you just don't really feel pressure on a plant. And that's going to be all she wrote.
Should be. It all comes down to if he nails this, and he's just getting greedy now.
Well, he's in a hurry.
Tell you what, he's got a bit of a chicken wing, Clacky, and he doesn't seem to stop him from potting the balls. But the little chicken wing comes out and says,
Yeah.
"Bark." Just a little bark. One thing I've always loved about Clacky's game, I think he's actually very underrated by a lot of people that aren't in Victoria because they don't see him enough because he doesn't play in tournaments.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys that in most games you can, if you break the balls and you pot a ball, for example, you'll find a lot of the time that you only have to play one big shot to make the rest of the frame easy. And he's very good at playing that one big shot and then suddenly just go, oh, well, that's really easy now.
He simply doesn't play in enough volume of tournaments to have one as much as one as many things as some other people.
It's a beautiful shot, that.
But when he was playing a bit more, he made the final against Benny here in this tournament a while ago, and he's made a couple of semis as well. Like he does run deep in these tournaments. Good shot there.
He's made a few finals at majors too, just hasn't cracked a win on him. I know he played in the final in Geelong one year. I think he played Jimmy Miff or someone.
Jimmy Della.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, Jimmy Della, I think. Got 2 shots here. It's funny, if you got 1 shot, this black would already be in.
Yeah, I just pot it. Don't play the double. Just pot the thing.
If you've got, they'd already be shaking hands.
Oh, he's all right.
They'd already be shaking hands if you had 1 shot.
Yeah,
but all of a sudden you get 2 shots and you think of trying to make it an absolute guarantee.
I do that a lot myself, actually. I'm very confident with those sort of shots. Well, Clacky will be actually really happy with his comeback, and he had a bit of good fortune, but I think that happens when your opponent does not punish you for the mistakes you've made, and then suddenly things can turn around. You have some good luck and happy days. So, he lost the final in Geelong versus Jake in 2016. You sure that wasn't Mark Kerwood, Brent Hampton? I'm pretty sure it was Mark Kerwood that lost to Jake in the final in Geelong. Yeah, here we go. Dan he's actually just zooming in on this Jaden and Justin match. It's not easy, obviously, to get a picture of this because there's people walking around the tables in front of him and stuff, but geez, it's a messy looking frame, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
No, we got the score. Justin pegged one back. It's 4-2 now to
This is
Jake.
very good technology we got here, Dan.
That poor lady there, she's going to be filthy if she knows this is on. She's just like innocently going about her business, just spectating pool, and now she's got her head right in the middle of it. Actually, I might actually ask her if she'll move.
Probably, yeah.
I'll ask her if she's willing to. I'll come back.
At least let her know that her head has been zoomed in on. So, seeing some people in the chat channel. Do we have some predictions for a tournament winner? Oh, yeah, he's just asked the lovely lady. There we go. She likes a little bit of camera time, this one. Yeah, she's just zoomed over a little bit and gave a little cheeky smile. All right. This is awesome. Look at this. All right, we got 208 people. Out of you 208 people watching, if you don't appreciate the level of coverage and effort that Dan has put in here by not donating a couple of bucks, come on, seriously. Look at what is going on here, and this stuff is not cheap and it's not free.
And this is just a 64. We've got a long way to go. Long way to go.
Mate, look at this.
In fact, I'm gonna do it now. This is something that I was gonna do at the next event, which is only a week after Nationals, setting the targets. And this is a 10-day event. I'm gonna set a target, $2,000 of donations in total for the tournament. It's not big. It's not a huge ask. It's like $5 a person that jumps on here and watches.
I reckon over the course of the Nationals, you're going to have more than 2,000 separate people
Absolutely.
Tune in. It's $1. $1. And it's the same process as downloading an app on your phone. I've done it. You hit the $1 button and you put in your PIN code or your thumbprint. That's it. Come on, people.
Dig deep, guys. We it's easy for people to just go down the coffee shop and get a coffee or a sandwich or whatever. It's no different, really. You're getting entertainment rather than feeding your face. We've got predictions coming in now. There we go. Oh, here we go. Jamo, 99 cents. Come on, mate. We said $1.
I've asked for a little bit of a prediction.
Steve Balaki, thank you very much. $14.99. We've got this rounding off business going on again where it doesn't go the exact amount.
Yeah, it's a scrolly bar. I don't know if you've seen it. Like you scroll up and it's only everything to 99 cents.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And it actually jumps up to, it goes, because when I was doing it, it's like 99 cents, $1.99. Then it goes like, like $4.99, $9.99. It jumps up bigger and bigger. So there's
Scary's chucked in his $3.
$2.99.
So some prediction have come through, and they're not real surprising predictions. We've got Jamo on Jake, Brent Hampton on Noonan. Someone said Jimmy Dallard. It scrolled up too high for me to see. I can't see. So
There was a Jake prediction.
Karen Sage has said Justin. Not surprised there.
Yep. What's this, Tem?
Robbo to beat the national champ.
Oh, you know what, Tim? I'll probably take that. So I lose some point here. Okay, cool. And then I beat Della in a couple of weeks.
Cheers, Brent, mate. $23.
I'd probably take that, Tim. Cheers, boys. That's it.
Kid you not, guys.
It's amazing.
Two grand over the course of a couple of weeks is not actually it's not a hard target. We just need. It's actually funny when it's like a virus. This people start seeing, they go, oh yeah, I'll get involved in this.
Yeah, it's awesome, and you've got the 99-cent one there from Jamo, which is, it's half a bit of a joke, but I'm telling you now, there's 201 people watching. If everyone put in 99 cents, which you would never even feel in your life, it adds up. Brent Hampton, $23. That's it's huge. It really, really does add up.
Shot here from Justin. I think you would have liked to have pot that.
Yeah.
It's obviously with the angle we've got, it's very difficult to tell what's available and all that sort of stuff. But at least we get to see what's going on.
Well, I reckon this Jackie's on.
Here it goes.
Well, he looked at it super quick, so it's definitely not, or definitely is. He's walking around as if he's looking at the out. I'm going to call right now. Jaden makes this out.
Okay.
I really rate him.
Trent Bowes. I don't have my card on my phone, mate. Let's just find a way, Trent. Find a way, mate. We're in a technological world. Oh, where's this white ball going? No, he's okay. You're right about that.
Jamo.
Here we go. Jamo rounds it off to a $40 note, Nelly. Thanks, Jamo. Thanks. I missed who. Someone put in $3 and then took their name off. Thank you very much. Lockie O'Reilly, thank you very much. Show more of the Tassie boys.
Jamo's just contributing some of his triple runner-up and winner prize money there. Jamo probably been the best player this year in the $10,000 money events,
yes.
Making many finals and then snagging his first victory in Empire.
Marty Andrews, $10. Thanks, mate. Marty Andrews probably tunes in just about every stream. He's a former Victorian player as well. And surprised there's not an extra couple of zeros on that, given that he's a multi-millionaire.
But he's the only one smart enough to figure out how to make it an even number.
I think it's something to do with the currency settings or something.
Right.
I think Mick Reardon's poked his head in, says, here, have $8, boys. Thank you very much, Mick.
Big Mick Reardon.
I'll tell you what, Robbo, you could be on the money here. There is an out on.
It's good flurry of donations.
This
guys.
is
Thank you very
actually
much for that.
this is where I've got to laugh about the 2020 rule. There's no 2020s going on right now. There's probably not a table in the room that's playing under 2020 at the moment.
And it does make a difference. It really does. His time foul just feathering this shot. It's a great shot. He knew that was a money shot. You could see the focus there.
This ball on the right side is the money shot for me. It doesn't link, so...
Well, it does to the middle. Like, you play this, the three reds here, you play the one to the furthest away, you bring the white off 2 cushions, drop the one in on the right-hand side of the table, then you've got the red that's in the middle of the 3 now to the left middle, if that made any sense.
Bonley Printing, thank you very much. And Winchester XTR, $20 as well. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Brody,
solid
sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the surname. I apologise. Tweep. Thank you very much. $10. This is fantastic, guys. Thank you. Well, you're right, Robbo. Although he did play the furthest one, yes,
Yeah,
did he?
that's what I said.
It's obviously it's very difficult to sell. Is this? Do you think it's on the further end of the table, this red, or the end closest to us? Does he have to screw off this?
Yeah, I think he's got to bring the white back at least a foot.
This makes it missable.
I've been watching. I like the way he walks around the table. He really he puts the cue on the table and stuff, and really lets you know what he's doing, what he's thinking.
Jonathan Elson, $20, $19.99 for Dan. Love your work. 1 cent for the commentating. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, jeez, brutal.
Used to it.
That is about right.
All right, this is the money shot, Robbo. This is frame ball.
Match ball.
Match ball, yes.
A little bit of a seesaw cue action, but
lovely cue. He's delivered it perfect.
Strikes the ball beautifully. Young Jaden.
I don't think Jaden's actually got much. And guys out there, don't take this the wrong way, but he's a big lad, and when you've got a little bit of size, it's actually very difficult to not have that seesaw action, just purely because of the way you actually need to stand when you cue the ball. So Rusty's the same, you know. So, geez, he's such a smooth cuer. So
strikes the ball very well.
And this is for the match, and I think it's fair to say an upset. But as we said, Justin hasn't played a match in the singles yet. He's had probably very little table time other than teams, and Jaden's already played a match. And
I'm telling you now, a bye for your first match in the singles
is not good.
Is bad if your first match is a potential tournament winner. You know, in the second round, like.
Could have landed. I think he's okay. I don't see him missing this. And he does the Brenton Collier cue shake and says, "Thank you very much. I will move to the Ben Noonan." Well, that's a dangerous match for Benny. Jaden looks like he's hitting the ball well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's, Jaden's one of maybe a few of the next generation guys really knocking on the door saying, "Hey, I'm the next real deal here." And you got to win matches like that. You just, you can't be one of the best players in the country if you can't beat one of the best players in the country when it matters. So a little bit of a statement there from young Jaden. Very well done. Good kid too, like him.
Looks like we've got New South Wales and Victorian women's on the stream coming up next.
Michael Scary. Jaden has a John Housen twitch when he gets down on the shot.
Must do a little head tilt.
Oh, yeah, I saw that actually. He was feathering, and we had a good shot of him probably a couple of minutes ago, and his head went to the right a little bit.
Okay.
Right, yeah. I thought, Mick, you were talking about perhaps when he strikes the ball something, but yeah, when he's feathering it, flicks off to the right a tad. I think that's just a little mannerism. I don't think that's a big deal at all, as long as he doesn't do it when he's striking the ball.
Robert Jackway, $10. Thank you very much. Not too many singles games still going now.
Cheers, Robert Jackway. Another good solid donation. $10.
Flick it around to Dave Ewing. He's playing Pat Broderick. It's right in the guts of the room as well, so we'll get a good shot of it.
Pat Broderick has put me out of 2 of these tournaments.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Well, he's a seasoned campaigner.
Both of them in the last 16, I think. Well, I played at the Nationals where he won Player of the Carnival. He shot about 130%. I think he dropped about 6 frames for the whole thing.
Scroll this up, mate, so I can see the scores. Because Dave's in huge trouble here. He's in massive trouble. I've seen. Here we go. Oh, it's 4-all. This is a hill match, and look how much trouble Dave Ewing's in. He needs something large here to stay alive.
If you are Dave here, you are going in ultimate survival rock granite cement mode.
There's no choice.
That's step 1 to it.
I'll tell you the only thing keeping him alive is the black.
Yeah.
It's just in a slightly awkward position. I'm half tempted to just bring it out now.
I'd love, yeah. I'd be very tempted to bring it out now as well.
There's only one problem with it. You allow another yellow to come on the back of another red for the double smother, and then you pop the other one.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous option.
Yeah, that's it. If I'm Dave, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more coverage or something on the black, actually. Oh, hang on. Jesus, look at this. Oh, wow. That's a great shot.
That is a good shot. He's got a bit of a U-butte going on there, too.
He's always had that, but I'm telling you now, at 4-all, I'm probably going to have a bit of a shaky U-butte, too. So.
Daniel Richards, thank you very much, $11.20. Trent Mason, thank you very much, $8.
So guys, that's definitely been well over $100 in the last 10 or 15 minutes,
Yep.
I reckon. So absolutely fantastic by the viewers there.
We'll reach that target. We'll reach it. Davey's having a good look here. This is where 2020, he's gone.
you right now in 2020, you have to be feathering and hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And what the hell are you supposed to hit?
I can't believe how quick it comes up when you're timing.
Oh, yeah,
I went into
yeah.
La La Land a couple of times because I timed a match with Nick and Dave yesterday, and it went for 40 minutes, I reckon. And I went into La La Land a couple of times, and I've looked down, it's 23 seconds. I go, 17 seconds.
Yeah. It's
Doesn't want the kiss. Actually, he'd probably be all right with that. I think he'd be happy with that. He's cut off everything.
Yeah, he's gotten away with that. Just needs time here, Dave. He still doesn't quite have full coverage. You just actually, well, that yellow has blocked potentially the double on a black. Like that may or may not be a factor, but it's something.
He's gonna push the black down or the yellow. Oh, he can pot this. Well, he's committing.
This is Dave's best chance to win.
Oh, mate, this is his only chance to win. Is if your opponent commits when they've got this much control and they mess it up.
You still can't be nervous as hell if you're Dave, though. Well, this is. You have to be able to see this shot. We can't really guess what's going. Watch his left hand, how much it'll sort of shake as well after the shot's finished. Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, he's got a bit of Bondi about him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not happy.
Not happy.
As a Kilpatrick, thanks, mate. Jonathan says he does love our commentary. Thanks, buddy. Another $10 comes in.
Awesome stuff. Does he have to
that
play
was all
this
for us, Dan. $10 for the commentators, mate.
Five each. Actually, I'll take $3. Jamie can have 7. That's probably better. Oh, this is a great shot. That was a really hard shot.
This looks hard. This black
I tell you
hard.
what, I'm pumping this off the yellow. I am.
From here, it looks a very gettable shot.
I'm
going to actually look at the table. Oh, that's wide out, Robbo. It's wide out.
Yeah, actually, that's a lot further out than what I thought.
You'd have to smash it to square it up.
And then I'm scared of the yellow flying around the table.
I reckon he's in trouble.
Christ. I tell you what, full credit to him. If he knocks us in anyway, I'm telling you, this is a brutal shot.
He deserves to win if he pots this.
You lose if you miss this.
Oh, wow, he's gone over the top. But it's missed by a fair bit, but it wasn't easy.
I don't mind that option, actually. Like, it may have looked like a crazy shot. Why don't you just drop it in the middle? I'm telling you, that was a sharp angle to the middle.
That's not happening in the middle.
And that yellow was out of fair way. I'd still be really tempted to bang that in off the yellow, hard middle, hit the yellow middle ball with pace. But then things are going to chance. Yeah.
I'm actually trying to work out what he was playing for when he popped the last ball, what position he was playing. Maybe he was trying to land straighter to just drop the black in the middle, land straight behind it.
I'm not sure. I think that yellow being in the middle table where it was blocking the double really helped Dave there, because otherwise he could have just played to centre the white and then played the double.
I think he pulled the trigger too early.
I think so too. I think he just wanted it. He wanted it to be over.
You can also see the potential danger though, like I said, with the double smother on the balls.
I'd like to see Dave have a go here.
Surely he has a go here.
Some people will look for the snooker, and look, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But I just feel...
Oh, he's playing the snooker now.
This is... look, as far as winning this frame goes, or whatever, yeah, this is maybe the better shot to play. But I'm telling you now, your top 5-6 guys, they're going game. I tell you, the last thing you want for him to do is come off a couple of rails and knock that black in, kill the black, or maybe the white lands in a funny spot where Dave has a tricky opener. And most likely he's going to foul here. But do you really want to give your opponent that chance to do something like that?
Yeah, that's right. Look, I don't mind that too much because at least it's not a one cushion escape. If it's a one cushion escape where they can actually just have a full smash at it, then I'm not a fan. But he's got to play this off too, and play it off too at pace is really difficult to judge.
I just think as far as a tournament goes, if you want to win the tournament, I think the shot Dave's played there, that's what I see a lot of top 16 players do. Like, they go out in the last 16 where tournament winners, if you think of the Jake or a Dillard or a Benny or something like that, they're already lining up their third last yellow, and it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just what I think Dave needs to do, is pull the trigger on things like that where maybe he doesn't have to, but to go to that next level of, you know, greatness, I think he could have.
For me, I think that was a composure shot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but this is my problem. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of composure. You know, what if you have to make it and you don't have a choice? That's where you're almost training yourself to be mentally stronger.
Well, he's got a beautiful angle here. I think these don't go clean, these two that are sort of near one another, but as I said, the angle makes it tricky to tell.
Like if he took the out on before with one shot and he wins this, I feel like he slightly grows as a player, where right now he'll get the win and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's not grown, you know?
Yeah, if he gets it in one, he's just flying. He feels really good about his game.
Yeah.
Now he's done what's required. He's got the two, he's going to clear the balls, move on to the next match.
And I tell you what, Wayne Richardson, James Della, 4-3. So let's say he's playing Della next.
Wow.
You want to be up and about. If you guys look at these scores, this is what this Nationals is about. They're not all your guaranteed favourites are not winning, and they're not winning comfortably. Why's he left so much angle there?
Chris Beagley, Matt Power, 4-all.
I don't understand why Dave's left so much angle there.
I think he's all right.
Or is it thicker than I thought? That's right. Do you see what I mean? And he'll still get these. He's still got two. Everything's going to be fine. But it's not crisp and clean. You're not setting yourself up, I feel, to win a tournament.
Well, he's got away with it in the end, and at the end of the day, he will be happy to be still in the comp.
So we've got a prediction here by MYTMNI. The quarters, he's predicting a Rusty Robbo, Travis Crawley Jake, Della Shane Fell, Neems and Benny, Semi, Robbo, oh okay, so he backed me to beat Rusty, cheers. Robbo Jake, and then we've got a Della Benny final. Final. Oh, me again. Jesus
You
Christ.
and Della in
Who's
the
this?
final. It's a preview for the Adelaide Assault match.
MYTMNI must be Susie.
You reckon?
That must be well, whoever this is backed me to beat Rusty and then Jake. Who wins? But
Nah, she would have said
No.
She would have said you would have won the final as well. It's not
I
Susie.
don't freaking know who wins, but would be a cracker.
Alex Sumner, thank you very much for your $20 donation, mate.
I like this MYTMNI.
I thought you might.
Well, so that person's backed your traditional players, and if I had to put my house on it, yes, it's somewhere along those lines. But I'm telling you now, in recent times, you get a little bit more randomness in there. Those that won't be the quarterfinals. You'll have a few other guys bob in there, I reckon, at some point.
I'd like to know where the Della Wayne Richardson match is actually getting played, so we can get the camera onto it. Oh, it's on the AEBF stream. If you do want to watch it, jump on the AEBF stream. There won't be any commentary though, I don't think.
I think Wayne's just won a frame because the frame's over.
You're right,
and
it's
racking the balls.
4-all.
Must be 4-all.
And it's Jimmy's break.
Wow.
4-all Wayne Richardson.
Tell you what, this would no disrespect to any of the it's hard to commentate and not upset someone with everything you say, but no disrespect to any players in that part of the draw. But if James loses this, that particular section of the draw, I think, opens up a little bit.
A little bit?
Well, I can't...
Bravo, I'm sorry. This is the way it is, right? I don't care who I offend in commentary because I know I can't make everyone happy. I just say my opinion. If you don't like it, stiff shit.
Yep. Well, if Dave Ewing happened to lose that, again, no disrespect to Pat Broderick, like I've said, he's knocked me out of a couple of tournaments. I don't think I've ever beaten him. But if Dave Ewing had lost that, and if Wayne Richardson wins, then that particular section of the draw, you're looking at Jeremy Maguire, great player, and Luke Anglesey. That'll actually be a good match. But winner of that, to play Pat Broderick, Wayne Richardson, you know, that section opens up a bit.
Oh, yeah. Dave Ewing, on the inside, from a selfish perspective, would be going for Wayne Richardson. But from a mate and team's perspective, he'd be going for Jimmy.
I'll tell you what, from a Victorian...
I don't think he's beaten Jimmy before.
Tell you what, from a Victorian point of view, I wouldn't mind Della being being out of the mix here with Alec and Della both out.
And the question you've got to ask yourselves, is Della in the best form, ready to lead into the Adelaide Assault against you, Robbo?
No, I've seen it and I've spoken to them. Myself, Jake, Sage, Della, a few of the other boys were actually really struggling. All of us. Don't know why, we just are. And Justin's out of the singles. Della may be out of the singles. Dan took it easy on me and thought he'd get my arm going, so cheers for that, Dan. But
always a team man, Dan.
This is the year for a little bit of craziness, maybe. We'll see what happens.
All right, we're just going to turn off, guys. We're going to reset the stream. This has obviously been a long feed, so same link as always, guys. It's exactly the same link every time, so we'll come back with you shortly. Thanks, guys.